Siouxland proud. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Wake up, wake up. Good morning and happy 4th of July. Thanks for joining us this morning for a red, white, and blue edition of Good Day Siouxland. I'm Morgan Mobley. In the name of independence, neighborhoods across the country are booming today as fireworks light up the sky and ring in our ears. The celebration is underway. That's our top story. For Siouxlanders looking to set off their own explosive displays this holiday, a quick reminder, it's now legal to do so in city limits. Sioux City's firework ordinance allows fireworks from 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 11 at night, and to set those off, you must be on private property. Folks we caught up with are making sure to get in all the fireworks they can, because after the 4th of July, a citation carries a minimum of a $250 fine on private property and a $500 fine on city property.
Spend time with family, getting to meet new people and friends and stuff like that. This is my favorite holiday.
Last year's legal fireworks time frame of 10 days was shortened after dozens of complaints to city leaders. Again, fireworks can be shut off in Sioux City until 11 p.m. tonight. Fireworks are certainly a time-honored tradition across the United States, and to most, they're a symbol of freedom on Independence Day. But for some, the noises bring back gut-wrenching memories they'd rather forget. KCAU 9's Rebecca Pryor reports.
What?
Michael Powell proudly spent 22 years serving our country.
I was in Iraq in convoy operations, constantly under mortar attacks, small arm fire, roadside bombs.
And like many veterans, he suffers from PTSD.
You spend all your time reacting to explosions and loud noises and everything, and for some reason when you get back, you just can't shut it off.
And because of that, Michael fights a different battle every 4th of July, where M80s and Roman candles are just as unnerving as anything on the battlefield. The sound of fireworks is a trigger for someone with his condition.
You just jump up and react to it. You low crawl to the nearest place where you can find cover, constantly looking for your weapon. Where did I put it? Where's it at? It takes me a few seconds to realize what it is, where it came from, and that it's just fireworks.
Powell isn't alone. The Department of Veterans Affairs estimates PTSD affects 20% of veterans who served in Iraq. He says he wants to bring awareness to the countless veterans who suffer each summer, and in turn, hopefully receive compassion and understanding from his community.
You can't stop people from having fun. I'm not trying to do that, but you know, if you're going to set off large fireworks right across the street, let me know ahead of time.
Reporting in Sioux City, Rebecca Pryor, KCAU 9 News.
As you prepare to celebrate today, there are a few things to keep in mind when you go to reach for that American flag. You may be doing something that's disrespectful to the flag and our veterans and our country. Folks from the American Legion tell us one of the main flag code violations is clothing with the flag on it, or someone draping the flag around their shoulders. Both of these should be avoided. Dennis Hageman from the American Legion Post 64 says everyone should keep the flag in mind this holiday season.
It's a lot of things that we take for granted, you know, and our flag should not be one of those, you know. And sometimes on the back of my patrol boat, the only thing that reminded me of home was the flag of the United States flying behind the boat, you know, and that means quite a little to me, you know, and to see people disrespect that.
Another thing to keep in mind, if you are flying multiple flags on your property, make sure the United States flag is the highest. Boating traffic on the Iowa Great Lakes will be at a near standstill for the 4th of July. The Dickinson County Emergency Management Commission imposing a 5-mile-per-hour speed limit on all portions of all lakes in the county effective immediately until further notice. The ruling comes after growing concerns over continuing shoreline erosion caused by recent heavy rains. Violators will be ticketed for a non-scheduled violation, meaning a judge will set the amount of the fine. According to the Iowa DNR, extremely high water levels on the Iowa Great Lakes will likely continue for several weeks. A domestic dispute turning violent in Sioux City after a man was stabbed in the stomach by his girlfriend. It happened just around 7 a.m. Tuesday outside of a fireworks stand in the parking lot of the Save-A-Lot supermarket at 18th and Pierce Street. The suspect, 30-year-old Simone Tyndall Morris, is under arrest after the victim identified her as his attacker. She's being held at Woodbury County Jail with aggravated assault charges. The victim was taken to an area hospital after 2 employees of that nearby fireworks stand alerted authorities.
The car after hearing a whole bunch of yelling and seeing this guy hopping over the curb with like blood all over his shirt and stuff, yelling that he just got stabbed. And watching the girl that stabbed him walk away down the parking lot, basically just walk away as soon as the cops got here.
I seen it, and they were saying, he was yelling around saying he couldn't stop bleeding, so I ripped my shirt up and gave it to him so he could apply pressure, but he was already being taken care of by all the police and ambulance and all that.
The night sky will be lit up over Travis Air Force Base in California, but don't expect to hear any loud explosions. That's because the 4th of July celebration will feature 500 shooting star drones rather than fireworks. Intel is collaborating with the base for the spectacular show. The drones will dance in a choreographed routine honoring the military and American history. It's fitting that an Air Force base would take part in a new aerial twist on a holiday tradition. Organizers also say it'll allow families with sensitives to sound caused by fireworks to enjoy the celebration. An Iowa church is opening their doors and their hearts to everyone, regardless of where they come from. That story is coming up later.